Look, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm super tired. I think the hardest part now is testing an event that relies entirely on technology and audience interaction without technology or audience interaction. These are two of the most dangerous things to do in theatre, and we've built our event around them. So I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, one of the things we figured out for the deck was that we wanted the audience to be involved in the storytelling. So we've got this Google Forms thing going on with specific questions that will go out on an app that we're trying to create, which all the audience members will have on throughout the show. So their handphones are going to be linked to the screens. So we're going to do live polls.
I guess my only concerns really are that audiences are not going to see a play in the way that they would normally perceive a play, that there is a construct that some audience members will see through and others won't.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for waiting. My name's David Williams and I'm the chair for tonight's discussion.
There's an audience of people who think they're coming to a forum and something else will happen. The forum will also happen, but something else will happen as well.
Hopefully we can have a really great discussion about the possibilities for a national theatre. Before we start, we're testing a piece of technology tonight. Griffin's been working with Google Creative Labs in developing a number of things, one of which is some interactive audience feedback software. And this does require all of you to have your mobile phones switched on. When this forum was first proposed and advertised on the Griffin website, there was a video posted on YouTube from a group calling themselves Panacea, denouncing Griffin for the idea of even having a conversation about theatre within a nationalistic frame. Great, so we'll just play that and then we'll talk a bit about that from Griffin's perspective.
Look, I was happy to acknowledge the Panacea posting because I think that's part of the conversation. Should we be having a conversation about what constitutes a national identity in the imaginative space? Yes, absolutely. And I think that identity will be and should be contested, questioned, undermined, fought against and for, and reflected in the actual work on the stage, not only in the conversations around it.
So,
if you think about it, it costs in the neighbourhood of $250,000 for a show to go on here. And that's not
I was just doing this in the corner with my hands over various parts of my face.
Good evening. We are the Panacea. We hope our online message reached you. We reject all borders. We reject all borders. We reject all borders, including the borders between you and us right now. The invisible line that separates the performer from the audience. Let's do a quick poll. If you agree with the Panacea and reject all borders, come to this side of the auditorium. If you believe in borders still, over here, to this side of the auditorium.
it's about to happen.
All right, listen up. Listen up.
We will now begin the experiment.
If your phone is flashing red, you have been chosen. Please step forward.
We actually have an actor coming in who will be a plant in the audience.
Thank you. Welcome to the space between. We declare this zone to be outside the sovereign borders of Australia. In this space, you are not being bound by implicit rules of behaviour or explicit codes of law. You cannot be prosecuted. Nobody can hold you responsible.
You can take a seat.
Let's start with this borderless experience. All we need is your full name.
It's Elise Jane Scone.
So, your birthday is the 3rd of September. You live at 11 Chelmsford Street, Newtown. Yeah. And your phone number is 0408 867 408.
Yep.
We introduced this notion of the public interest into the forum, which was a late inclusion, but it actually enabled the audience to participate in a way that we couldn't anticipate.
We're going to take a quick poll here as to whether or not you'd like us to keep going with this investigation into Elise's private life. So if you want to take out your phones, and you can vote yes or no. If you have a phone on you still, why not?
So far. Well, that's an overwhelming yes. Oh, no.
If you equip your audience with a tool that allows them to talk back, you have to be ready to respond. And I wasn't ready. And I didn't equip the actors well enough to be ready.
Come on, guys, don't hide behind anonymity. It's unethical. You wouldn't do this to a friend. Don't do it. Say no.
There's not even that many people in the room.
Are some people voting twice?
Go on.
Is that confirmed? I think we. Let's move on.
Why not?
All right. In the name of interest, we can see from this email that you slept with that man.
No, I didn't.
We clearly said no.
Unfortunately, this is Elise has chosen to enter into this safe space of free will.
We had a free choice to vote for or against, and we all had that free choice, and we all voted against it.
Starting the game. We can keep going.
Yeah, I do feel that. I feel like it was my responsibility to equip them, and I didn't give them the right armaments.
And also, Elise's name is Christy.
Someone else has access to a metadata.
Can we get the conversation back to a national theatre? It's a really important conversation, and we have really great minds in the room.
Yes.
And I think it'd be great to have a conversation.
What was that all about? I don't know what happened. That was incredible. I think that was just basically the most successful form this could have taken. Like this, I mean, I think we checked all the boxes, more or less, in the sense, I mean, we had beautiful pieces of writing that we couldn't perform, but so what? I think the point was for people to buy the reality of it. I think it's a very positive outcome.
So do we bring back the panelists?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much for volunteering here.
Thank you, Elise.
Have a lovely evening. I think I'm about the cameraman, I'll do it.
I've never seen an audience reject an act of theatre from within a theatre before.
We would really love you to come downstairs to an open foyer and continue the discussion.
This is exactly what it should be about. Like this is how technology comes into the theatrical space, influences the way that you're engaged with the performance on stage.
When I knew about the forum, I clicked on the videos and stuff to see what was going on. I thought that was interesting. It got me intrigued. So I don't know whether they're real or not, but if they are real, they were co-opted in clearly. Anyway, I'm expecting not.
I knew that it was a performance, and so I wanted to see where it would go. I think there's no way it couldn't be driving theatre forward, just because it's so. I mean, it provoked such a sort of a strange response.
The audience have. I bet that almost all of them would have seen a traditional play there, and the audience felt comfortable enough to basically say, no, go away, theatre, go away, this play. We want a different one. We want to hear a discussion.
Everyone voted no, so it was like people power, wresting back the process from where it was supposed to go.
And that happened in a play in the Stables Theatre. I find that fascinating.
It's generated a lot of real, deep, engaging conversation. It's not what happens really in the space that's so important, it's what it generates outside of the space. So, a very successful evening.